Welcome, leaders, teams, and those ready to take charge of their energy. It's Kelly Buboltz, your guide in workforce energy management. Burnout is not just a buzzword, it's a symptom of deeper root cause stressors. We're here to stop waiting for the change and start leading it. It's time to reclaim our energy and lead our days with intention and purpose. Your to-do list is not your personal enemy. It was never meant to be finished. It's meant to be managed. And that was a hard reality that I came to during my burnout recovery, is that my list kept growing. No matter how much self-growth and professional growth and prioritization or organization and time management I was doing, it kept growing, no matter how much I crossed off. And what I realized is I had to reframe the relationship I had with my to-do list, that my list was more of a flow tool. And that keeps your energy steady instead of draining it by the time you even get home at the end of the day. Now, the old mindset was, if I just work hard enough, I'll get to zero across everything off my list. But that list has a way of re-adding things. The more people see you getting things done, the more that they tend to add. And suddenly I was doing the work of 3 positions in no time, because tasks are always coming on as fast as they're coming off. But I was proving that I could keep up at a pace that just wasn't sustainable. And even though you might have an empty list, you show up the next day and it's an energy drainer that it's refilled again. And that makes you feel behind all the time when actually you're doing fine. The little progress you make every day, if you really look at what you do every day, you're doing a lot. But we don't give that reflection because we're always trying to complete the entire list. The purpose of the to-do list is not to get everything done on the day. It's a prioritization guide. What matters most today off of this list? It's a progress tracker. What is moving forward? What are we getting started? What are we getting to milestones on? And it's a memory aid, not a guilt trip, just to remind you of some things that might need some work. And that might mean you schedule it out, you delegate it out, or it's got to wait for another day. But when you use a to-do list right, your list works with your energy and not against it. So the overwhelming mindset I used to have was staring at that whole list at once. Like, how am I going to get this done? Plus the interruptions, plus the meetings, plus the kid chaos at the end of the night. How are you going to get it all done? And I was treating every item as if it was equally urgent and important, feeling like every undone task, everything that I didn't get to touch today was a failure, that I didn't do enough. And when I started switching and reframing this into a flow mindset, I would identify 1 to 3 must-move items today. It might not mean that it gets completed, but it means progress on it, that I touched it and worked on it for a little bit more than I did yesterday. And it's accepting that new tasks will appear every conversation, every meeting that you have. There will be new items on this list. So I'm going to focus on celebrating the progress, not the perfection, not the completion every day. So maybe my old patterns, my old past, I would try to clear 15 items in one day, plus the meetings, plus the interruptions. And I would get home just exhausted and disappointed that tomorrow not only will I have more on my to-do list, but I didn't even get to complete more than 15 items. 15 items is a lot in one day. And when I went to this flow approach, I would move the top 3 priority items forward, work on them, whether they get into progress or completion or to the next milestone, and I would park the rest for later. And then when I would come in the next day and there would be more on my list, I'd reprioritize again. What's my top 3 items to work on? And it ended up being this flow between progress, completion, and things adding on, and more managing of how much I'm doing every day. Now, this wasn't an easy process moving from overwhelmed to flow. So I want to give you some practical tips in how to get to this type of mindset. I want you to start separating today from later. It only takes 3 to 5 items a day to feel like you had progress, that you worked on anything. But when you're in the mindset of everything needs to be completed today, you're setting yourself up for failure. So I want you to separate today from later. That means today I work on 3 to 5 items, and later is everything else. And then I want you to start time boxing those tricky items that seem to never get on that priority list, but now you're getting to the point where you're going to have some consequences if you don't get some progress made on them. I want you to time box by starting at just a few minutes a day, 15 minutes, or time blocking an hour to start to make progress on it. So it doesn't end up being a procrastination, last minute hustle at the end of the due date. And then at the end of the day, take that moment to reflect, to review without judgment. At the end of the day, you've made progress. Acknowledge that instead of shaming yourself. And when I started separating the today from later, when I started time boxing those tricky items that are starting to build, and when I started reflecting on how much progress and things I do complete in the day, that overwhelm, why try, helpless type of feeling started to go away. And I started to see the flow of things come on, things come off, things come on, things come off. Your to-do list has a flow. It's not an all-done finish line. Protect your energy by using it as a guide to prioritize. And in that process, you're actually going to find where the value adds are and where some of that busy work that really needs to be delegated or deleted will be. Your to-do list is a reminder, a way to get all those thoughts and tasks out on paper to prioritize. That to-do list isn't everything that you are. And moving away from that overwhelmed state of having the to-do list dictate every part of your day into a flow will help you reclaim that energy. Today's step matters. It's in the micro moments that real change begins. Managing your energy isn't about shame, blame, or disrupting your lifestyle. It's about the small, intentional choices to reclaim that natural energy. If this episode hit the mark for you, share with others. This journey doesn't have to be lost and lonely, but exciting and full of new paths. See you back here to continue the adventure.